Hello students. Today we are going to start with contract laws. As we know that the average number of questions from contract laws is 10 to 12 questions, which makes contract laws an important topic. Today we will discuss about the introduction to contract laws, learn about offers and consideration. So without any further delay, we start with our topic with an interesting example. Alright, now we will be understanding the terms with the help of examples, and I hope this will be very simple for you, right? When we learn through examples, we get to clear our concepts in a very simple manner and we get to remember things. Alright, so let us start with it. Now, what are you able to see here? This is a scenario. Here is a man standing and a girl. The man says that I bought it for 2500, but I will sell it to you for 1500. We are talking about this cell phone here. Alright. So the man says that I bought it for 2500 and I will be selling it to you for 1500. The girl agrees with it and says, okay, sure. Right. So what are you able to see here? The man is offering his mobile phone for 1500 to the girl. The man who is offering is known as offerer or promiser. The man is offering and is known as offerer or promiser. The girl accepts the offer. The girl accepts the offer and is known as right, offeree or promising. So now we know the man who is offering is making an offer, or you can also say proposal, and is known as offerer or promiser. The girl accepts the offer and is known as offeree or promisee. Now, when the girl accepts the offer, what does this becomes? This becomes a promise. So, when the girl has accepted the offer, the acceptance results in a promise. Acceptance results in promise. Now, the boy is offering the phone, right? The boy is offering the phone. And the girl in return is also offering something or is also giving something. Now, when we are giving this, what is the girl giving? She is giving rupees 1500 and the man is offering mobile phone. The man is offering mobile phone. Now, when the exchange of thing in return has a value, this is known as consideration. This is known as consideration. We are exchanging things which has a value. It can be monetary or non-monetary, but something that has a value is known as consideration. Now, we know offering, offer or proposal. We know offerer or promiser, offeree or promisee. We know when the offer is accepted, it results in promise. Also, the promise or a set of promises results in or becomes an agreement. This This becomes an agreement. All right. I hope this is clear to you all. This becomes an agreement. Now, when this agreement is enforced by law, that is, a legal action is taking place, or legal action, right? Enforced by law, this agreement, when enforced by law, what does this become? This becomes a contract. This becomes a contract. So, it is very simple, right? We know man is offering. This offering is known as offer or proposal, and the man himself is known as offerer or promiser. The girl accepts the offer, and when she is accepting, she is known as offeree or promisee. When the offer is accepted, this is known as a promise, and a promise or a set of promises results in an agreement. All right, when this agreement is enforced by law, this becomes a contract. This becomes a contract. What do we forget? We forgot one thing, that is consideration. Anything we are exchanging, whatever we are exchanging that has a value is known as consideration. So now we are familiar with the terms we will be using in contract law. All right. So now this becomes very simple for us to understand. We will be moving to theoretical part now. All right. So what is a contract law? Section 2H of Indian Contract Act 1872 defines contract as an agreement enforced by law. I hope this is now clear to you. All right, an agreement, we just did. This agreement, when is enforced by law, becomes a contract. And this is important to learn which section? Section 2H. Indian Contract Act, the year of Indian Contract Act, that is 1872, defines contract as an agreement enforceable by law. Thus, formation of a contract, there must be an agreement. Alright, and the agreement should be enforced by law. We know this. There should be an agreement which is enforced by law. What does this becomes? This becomes a contract. All right. The Indian Contract Act 1872 came into force on, what is the date? Came into force on 1st September 1872. It extends to the whole of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It provides a legal framework for not only the trade and commercial activities in which contracts are involved, but also for social and familial contracts. Not only for trade and commercial activities, but also for social and familial contracts. This is very simple, right? All agreements are not enforceable by law, therefore all agreements are not contracts. Now, any agreement is not contract always. All our agreements are not enforceable by law. There can be any agreement which is not enforced by law. So this does not become contract. So all agreements are not contracts. A contract binds both parties by words written agreed by the parties. All right. So there is the both parties are bound to each other. There is a consideration. All right. So this is the introduction to our Indian contract law. Any agreement is not contract, but all contracts are agreements. This is clear to you, right? Not all agreements are enforced by law, so not all agreements are contracts, but all contracts are agreements because they have been enforced by law. Okay, so now we will first study about offer or proposal. Offer or proposal. So, what is offer or proposal? We have already started. Any person offering something, that what he is offering becomes the offer or proposal, right? And the one who is offering is known as offerer, and the one who accepts the offer becomes the offering. This is clear to you, we all. Now let us look at the theoretical part. So, a proposal or offer is also known as proposal, and its acceptance is the universally acknowledged process for making a contract of which the former is the beginning point. We know this offer or proposal and is its acceptance. We know when an offer, we just started in our example. And I hope with that example, keeping that example in mind, we will be going through our whole chapter. And with that, it will be very, very, very simple for you. So, when the offer is accepted, it is the process, it offers the process for making a contract, right? And which the former in the is the beginning point. The former from where it is beginning, from where it is starting, is the offer. Section 2A defines a proposal as when one person signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing anything with a view of obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence. He is said to make a proposal. What it is? Such huge definition, not able to learn, not able to understand. Let us just simply learn it. Now, what it is, when one person expressing his will to another person, the man was expressing his will that he wants to sell the mobile phone, to do or not to do something. There, he was willing to do something, to sell something, and in any other case, it can be like he doesn't want to do something. To take his approval is known as an offer. Alright, so he wants that the other person should take the approval, should accept it. That when he is offering it to the girl, she should accept it. Alright, so what does this becomes? This becomes an offer. An offer must be definite, certain, and complete in all respects. It must be communicated to the party to whom it is made. So the offer should be definite. Like he said, I am selling it to you 1500. It is certain that he is selling and complete. And he is communicating to that girl that yes, I am making this offer at this cost. Alright. Generally, the offer should be made with the intention to create a legal relationship. Now, we just studied that every agreement is not contract. Like, if my intention is just to make a promise, then it is not a contract. But when my intention is to create a legal relationship, only then it is known as a contract. So, offer should be made with the intention to create a legal relationship, that both the parties are bound in that relationship. Then we generally give the offer. Promise in the case of social engagements is generally without an intention to create a legal relationship. Like, for example, like you must be having siblings at home. You are blackmailing each other. You're making many promises to each other that don't tell this to mama or don't tell this to papa. I will do your work. I will do your work. Don't tell this to papa. So this kind of social engagements are example of promises. That is, it is done without an intention to create a legal relationships. So this does not becomes a contract. You cannot sue your brother or sister when she told your mother about anything. You cannot sue her. Why? Because the offer or the social engagement is just a promise, because it was made without an intention to create a legal relationship. Moving on to what are the essentials of a valid offer. So now, while making a contract, it is essential that the offer should be communicated to the other party. A proposal is complete when it is communicated. Now this is very simple. Unless and until it is communicated to the other person, the offer is not valid. The man is just thinking that I have to sell it, and it is not communicated to the girl. This doesn't become an offer. Second, a valid offer may be made either expressly or impliedly. An offer that is made by conduct is also called an implied offer, whereas the one which is made by words, written or spoken, is called an express offer. Alright, so this is also simple. When the man is expressing that I bought it for 2500, but I will sell it to you for 1500. What is he doing? He is expressing it in words. So this becomes an offer. If he does it by impliedly, implied offer, what it is? Like in very simple language, understanding what the person is trying to say without the exact word he is saying, right? The man is just not expressing it by words, but it is very, common. Like a man uh, is talking about that he is buying a new phone, or he will be buying a new phone, what he will do about his phone, or anything, right? So the offer is expressed impliedly. It is not expressed in words, or it is not spoken, it is not written. So that offer is implied offer. Moving on to the types of offers. Like I just said, that we will be learning this chapter, or we'll be understanding the concepts with the help of examples, which will make it simpler, right? So now we will be understanding the type of offers with the help of examples. Also, students, you can go to the EduRev app or website and look for detailed notes for this chapter, by which it will be easier for you to understand the concept, the each and every concept through the detailed notes. So you can go there, you can see for the detailed notes. Now, the first type of offer is general offer. Now, for example, let's say you see a poster of a lost dog, and the reward is also written for like 5,000. That whoever finds this dog will be rewarded as 5,000. So the offer is made that whoever finds this dog will be rewarded with 5,000. So this becomes a general offer. Alright, a general offer is the one that is made to the public at large, for each and everyone. It is not for a specific person. The man is making the offer to that specific girl. So that becomes a specific offer. A specific offer is the one that is made to a specific person or a specific set of persons. It is the most common type of offer. When a man or man A is offering something to man B, that specific man, so that becomes a specific offer. But when you see a poster It is for the whole public. So that becomes a general offer. Next is cross offer. So what is a cross offer? For example, A wants to sell his television, let's say, for 5,000 to B. A wants to sell his television for 5,000 to B. And to send this offer, he sends a mail or a post. Alright. At the same point of time, B asks A for his TV if he wants to sell his TV for 5,000 rupees. Here, A is offering B and simultaneously B is asking A if he wants to sell his television for 5,000 rupees through mail or post. Now, both the actions take place simultaneously. So, when the offer is made by two persons to each other containing similar terms of bargain cross each other in post, they are known as cross offers. Alright, so the same consideration, same terms, and both the actions taking place simultaneously, this becomes a cross offer. Now, a very common example. We have the vegetable seller outside. Vegetable seller outside our homes. Our mother goes to him and says that I will buy 1 kg potatoes for rupees 50 per kg. But the seller says that I will sell 1 kg for 60 rupees. Now, the mother is offering the shopkeeper that he will buy the potatoes for 50 rupees. But the seller counter offers that he will sell 1 kg for 60 rupees. So, what do we call this? We call this as counter offer. When the offer is made by a person and the other person denies to accept it but in return puts another offer is called counter offer. So you see that with the help of examples we are able to understand the topic. We know what is a general offer, specific offer, cross offer, counter offer, and now we move on to express and implied offer. This is clear to you all. We have already done it before. Most offers are made explicitly, that is in words. It may be spoken or written. Implied offers are ones that are made through means other than that of explicit offer. Usually we look at the conduct of the parties to determine an implied offer, that what the person is trying to say with the help of actions or the behavior of that person. Standing, open or continuing offer. For example, now express and implied offer is clear to you. We have already discussed it earlier in the essentials of a valid offer. So, the last one is standing, open or continuing offer. For example, you go to a mall, you see there sale is written with like from 1st December to 1st January. So the offer will be from 1st December to 1st Jan. Now what is happening is an offer that is allowed to remain open for acceptance over a period of time is known as standing open or continuing offer. So the sale is a period for a longer duration, like 50% off, and you can avail this offer, you can accept this offer for a period of 1 month over a period of time is known as standing open or continuing offer. So these are the types of offers. Now with this we come to the end of our first topic, that is offers, and we will talk about considerations. All right, we know that example, man and girl. Man is selling his phone and the girl is in return offering rupees, or not offering, is giving 1500. So this 1500 has a value. Anything which has a value is known as considerations. So let's see the theoretical part of considerations. So what is a consideration? Consideration means something in return. That is quid pro quo. That is something for something, which is an essential element to find out the genuine intention of the parties of the promise to create a legal relationship. So anything that is offered in return of something is known as consideration. That is something in return. Like that, in that example, we know what is the consideration. Or in anything, like I will give you, let's say for example, we tell to our siblings or our parents or anything, sorry, that I will give you, let's say one chocolate, I will give you one chocolate if you do this favor to me. If you do this favor to me. So we are doing something in return. We are giving something in return. A person is doing something and you are giving something in return of it, or a favor of it. Right? But here we are talking about the intention to create a legal relationship. This is not with the intention to create a legal relationship. So this is not consideration. This is just for your knowledge, for your example, right? An agreement without consideration is void. What is void? That is null. Sorry, that is null. It doesn't have any importance and thus not enforceable by law except under certain circumstances. We know that agreement without consideration is void, that it is null. Consideration is defined as when at the desire of the promiser. Who is a promiser? The one who is offering. The promise has done or abstained from doing. Right? Anything that has to be done or abstained from doing. Or does promises to do or abstain something. Something in the past or in the present. Such an act or abstinence or promise is called consideration for the promise. That you will do something or you will not do something in return of that something, of that promise, is known as consideration. This is very simple. We have learned it through the example and now we know the theoretical part of it. Alright. Consideration is quid pro quo. It is void if the agreement is without consideration. Consideration is defined as when at the desire of the promiser, the promise has done in the past or abstained from doing, or in present it does promises to do or abstain something. Such an act which he will be doing or which he will do or which he has done is called consideration for that promise. So now we talk about the types of consideration. So the first is past consideration. We will talk about example first. So now let's say if I have taken some classes, all right, I join some coaching classes. What I have to do is I will, I will go to that coaching classes for 1 month and I will pay for it after that month, pay after that month. Or very simple, if we talk about salaries or wages, what do we do is we work for a month and we get paid after working for 1 month. We have done the work and we get paid after a period of time. So we did work in the past and we will get paid after that in some time later. So that is known as past consideration. It means that the consideration for any promise was given earlier and the promise is made thereafter. First, we talked about that our salary package. Let's say 1 lakh salary package per month. We talked about it. That I will do work for 1 month and after that I will be paid 1 lakh rupees. So a promise was made in the past. Thereafter, I did the work and then I got the consideration. So this is past consideration. Moving on to executed or present consideration. Very simple. Anything that is happening in the present or in that moment. I went to a shop. I took a packet of chips. The seller gave me the packet and at that present moment I gave him 20 rupees. So that action took place in that very moment. Alright. So when one of the parties to the contract has performed his part of the promise, which constitutes the consideration for the promise by the other side. So it is happening, it is executed in that very moment, in the same moment in the present. So it is executed or present consideration. Executory or future consideration. Executory or future consideration. So now, for example, let's say I promise that I will sell you the phone after 1 week. I will sell the mobile phone after 1 week. I am making a promise today that I will sell the mobile phone after 1 week. And the offeree who is accepting the offer says that I will pay for it after using it for 1 month. After using for 1 month. So the seller, the offerer or person A is making a promise that he will sell the phone in future, that is after 1 week. Also, the person B or the offeree or the promisee says that I will pay for that mobile phone after 1 month. He is also making a promise that he will be paying after 1 month. That is in future. So this is what we call future consideration. When one person makes a promise in exchange for the promise by the other side, the performance of the obligation by each side to be made sub-request to the making of the contract, the consideration is known as executory. That it will be executed in future. Alright. So this is future consideration. So the last topic for our consideration is essentials of consideration. These are very simple. The first one is consideration to be given at the desire of the promiser. Now this means that something in return is desired, right? That if the person says like if we talk about that example only, the man is giving the phone like for free to the girl. The man is giving the phone to the girl for free. He is not charging rupees 1500. All right. So when it is given for free, it is not known as consideration. But when he desires something in return, he is desiring 1500 in return, then it is known as consideration. All right. Second is consideration to be given by the promise or any other person. It is not necessary that only the one who is promising has to give the consideration. Any other person can give that. If let's say a man is selling that phone to that girl and the girl is with her friend. All right. So the girl asks her friend to pay 1500 to the man. This is also known as consideration. All right, because consideration is anything in return. It doesn't matter to the man that is the girl giving or her friend giving. The only thing that matters is he is getting something in return, that consideration in return. Third is there should be some act, abstinence or promise by the promiser which constitutes consideration for the promise. So very clear, there is some act, that is something to be done or something not to be done, or promise by the promiser who is making the offer and constitutes consideration for the promise. That is something to be given for something you want to get in return. Fourth one is consideration may be past, present or future. We have just started it right now. The last one is consideration must be real, not illusory or impossible. This is also very simple to understand. Like it must be real. For example, something that is not possible. Let's say I ask someone to run for 100 kilometers in 5 minutes. And the consideration given will be 1 lakh rupees. Alright. So this is not possible. No one can run 100 kilometers in 5 minutes. This is impossible. Alright. So the consideration must be real and not impossible. So these were the essentials for consideration. So with this, we have completed the 2 topic of contracts, that is offers and considerations. We will be covering the remaining parts of the topic in the upcoming videos. Now, what is your task? Your task is to go to the EduRev app or website, go through the detailed notes of contracts. You can also unlock all the locked documents, videos and tests of CLAT with the EduRev Infinity plan to ace your exam at less than rupees 80 per month. Thank you students. I will see you in the upcoming videos.